Alright guys, how's it going? Today we are going to talk about seed trays, how to plant them, the different kinds, and what has worked best for us so far with our experience. So let me show you. Alright, so there are lots of different kinds and different ways to plant plants. You can just put some soil in a pot and keep that pot watered constantly. We have a greenhouse, so we like to start everything early. I'm starting everything early this year. You can see back here in the background, I'm planting everything right now. We got our whole garden, our 6,000 square foot garden, pretty much ready to go in another 3 weeks to 4 weeks or so before the last frost. So let's talk seed trays now. Alright, so the method I like using are these 10-20 trays. You can get these on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. They are just plastic. You can get them all different types of thicknesses and quality and everything. I get the black ones because of the sun. Will warm up the plants quicker. And then you can buy the size pots that you want to put inside. So these just come like this. You break them apart and they go in here like this, and you just fill the whole thing, and that makes 72 trays. This is another one that I like as well, is this, but as you can see, it's reusable. It's styrofoam. That's the only bummer about it, but it will last forever, which is nice. And it's shaped in a V, so it makes it really easy to pop the plants out once they're ready to go. The difference between this one and this one with your trays inside is you need to add water to this maybe only once a week. It'll actually hold water for you, so you could fill this up like an inch, and as the plants need water, it'll absorb into the little pots and water the plant. With this one, you got to check on it daily, maybe 2 times a day, depending on where you live and how hot it is, to make sure this soil does not dry out. So I would suggest using these guys because you fill the little reservoir up with water and it holds it. Kind of the same way we are going to do our raised garden beds. It's called a wicking raised garden bed. I have a video. I'll put a little link up above for you guys. You could check it out. But let's go over to the seed trays and I'll show you how we plant them. Okay, so what I like doing when I'm planting my seed trays, I'm sure you guys know how to put the dirt in, but if you're a first timer to gardening, let me just go ahead and show you how to do it. It'll be really easy. You basically just put the dirt in the pot, but let me show some of you guys. So over here, this is what I like doing. I get a nice wheelbarrow. Look at the silverfish. I get a nice wheelbarrow and I mix my soil. I like using compost. You can see the texture of that. It's not sticking together. I use compost, I use perlite, and I use peat moss to start all of my plants. So it makes a really good, nice medium to grow in, super soft. The roots can get a lot of air, which you need. You don't want the plants getting overwatered and not having enough air. You'll get root rot, or your seeds just won't sprout. So what's nice about this is you got a big area, you don't make a mess, and you don't lose any dirt. I just throw it in there like that, give it a good shake, wipe it off right to the top, hit it down a little bit to compact it, and there it is. It's ready to go inside your tray over here. Just like that, until you fill the whole thing. So let's go back over to the seeds and I'll show you guys. Okay, so now here we are. I like to use a pencil. You can buy all kinds of crazy tools, like I got a little spatula thing. This actually works really good to pop them out once they're ready to go. You just shove this down in there and pull it out. But you know, over time you'll figure it out. But I like to use a pencil and I make little holes the desired depth for the seed. It works out great with the pencil. And then you're just gonna drop your seeds in and then cover them up. And then I like to fill the water level. Let's see, where's my water in here? About a 1/2 inch. It's really hard to see with the shadow, but I'll fill this up, a 1/2 inch of water underneath. I'll just take one of these guys out dump the water right inside of there, and then put this right back in. And then I'll use a sprayer. I like to use a garden sprayer. One of these guys right here works great with the misting spray, so you don't ruin the top of the soil with that delicate seed inside. You can just mist it. So here we go. You can see how easily it works. I already pumped it. See that? It's not moving the soil around like a little water, one of those plastic watering jugs would do. You see how that soil right there is getting kind of dry? You don't want that when you're starting your seeds, so add some water. This is really hard to do with one hand holding a camera and the other, but anyways, you guys can see how moist that is. So there we go. Alright guys, there's one other way of planting too that I'm going to try this year, and it's these little tiny Jiffy Pots. I've never ever used anything like this, but you can see in the background you can set them up in a tray like this. It's compressed peat moss in a biodegradable little pot. So when you add water, there's a little hole right there for your seed. So you put your seed in, you add water, and this thing grows like 5 or 6 inches. And then with it being in the tray, you just keep water in there and it will wick water up the same way. What's nice with this is you don't have anything that you got to pop out and plant in the ground. You just pick this thing up and put it right in the ground, and this will go away in your garden. Like I said, I've never used them. I got 100 of them for like, it was like $10 or something, maybe less. I think it was like $5. I really don't even know. But what I'm going to do with these, which will be fun, is I have these little trays that I usually do microgreens in, grass, and I'm going to do 5 of them in here, and I'm going to do like a little salsa garden, or different types of tomatoes or peppers or anything like that that people can come by and just pick up and take home to their garden ready to go. And I don't need to worry about them taking my pots that I reuse every year and everything like that. They're just going to use this thing. That's it. Cheers guys, thanks. So I just want to say, start a garden this year if you haven't. It's awesome. It's amazing. Right now, we're getting really close to that time of year. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, put them below. Subscribe on the left-hand side, and I will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.